Hello and welcome to another BWhack review. Today we are going to be taking a look at NASCAR Authentics Wave 8 for 2023. We have another ship mold wave in store for us today. Luckily that seems like it might be ending. I don't know if it actually is or not, but we've gone through 3 waves of 2024 now revealed, and they've all been the good mold. So hopefully that means that it's good from now on. I really hope that doesn't just mean we're going to get like 3 waves in a row of the crap mold. Like, please tell me they just took the old mold out back and got rid of it. Like, maybe. I also haven't seen many people complain about the blurry decals on the good mold cars for 2024 yet, so maybe those are gone too. Maybe Lionel listened. Who knows? Anyways, this is one of the last, hopefully, crappy mold waves. Decent selection of cars here. You definitely got some small team, you got some big teams, some good paint schemes. Only one really exclusive, I think. Or maybe the High Point might be an exclusive too. I know I'm pretty sure the Denny Hamlin is an exclusive, but I'm going back and forth if that High Point is an exclusive. Very well might be too, but it's also weird that it took until, wave 8 of 2023 to get Ryan Blaney's primary Menards car. Just feel like pointing that out. Anyways, why don't we just hop right into the video. We'll start with William Byron's Valvoline number 24 for Hendrick Motorsports. Also, one of the last few waves we have the stickers for, because they got rid of the stickers in the last couple waves of 2023. Here we have his Valvoline car. Got to see this car win at Watkins Glen last year. It's not a bad paint scheme. I never like the front end. The front end is like weirdly shaped. It like half the time like the edges of the Camaro was like going outside of the blue. It was very odd. It like changed a few times throughout the year. I don't know if it was some kind of cheat trim deal or what, but wasn't a fan of that part. But I mean, the rest of the car looks nice. You got the white, you got the dark blue, you got the typical Valvoline colored stripes down the side. It's not a bad paint scheme. Definitely worth getting in Authentics. Next up, we have Denny Hamlin's number 11 Interstate Batteries for Joe Gibbs Racing. Pretty much, they keep offering the Interstate Batteries cars, all of them, and like pretty much Ty Gibbs only keeps getting made, and everyone else is DNPs. They just did the same thing this year. And right again, everything but Ty Gibbs is currently listed as sold out without a production number, which usually means it's in the DNP process. So, who knows? I think it's on the crappy mode, but this car looks like weirdly like yellowish green. Like more yellow than it usually is for the Interstate Batteries cars. I know it's coming across on camera, but the color seems different from the Interstate Batteries cars we're used to. I don't know why. It's always cool to get Denny Hamlin diecast that aren't FedEx, which that's becoming more common now because FedEx seems to be decreasing more and more every year. It seems like Mavis has become his primary more than FedEx. We got almost all of them, or we did get all of them, of the Interstate Batteries cars in Authentics. I think there's some of them around good mold and some of them around the crappy mold, though, so I don't know. Next up, we have Chase Briscoe's High Point number 14 for Stewart Haas Racing. His kind of longtime loyal sponsor. I said, I'm pretty sure this car DNP'd. Somebody tell me in the comments if this is an exclusive too. Might have 2 exclusives in this wave. I'm surprised High Point doesn't get their own cars made because it seems like they DNP every year. Although this year, most of his cars have DNP'd. Now, Stewart Haas Racing just really has given up. Who knows? Cool paint scheme. The High Point cars always do look nice. The bright white with the bright blue and the black to break it up always look really cool. I do miss the kind of tech, like circuit board pattern that's in the blue, or used to be in the blue. Wish they would bring that back. That was really cool. Isn't this like the second year in a row that the High Point cars ended up on a crappy mold? Wasn't that one of the first crappy mold waves in 2022 had the High Point car too? Definitely a solid paint scheme. Next up, we have Ryan Blaney's Menards Duracell number 12 for Team Penske. So this was his quote-unquote primary Menards car. He doesn't really, the most a Menards car seems to run is like 2 races. So I don't even remember exactly what race he raced the Duracell car last year. But for those people that get the, primary diecast of the Champion, this is basically the car you have to get. I have reviewed the 124 of this car if you want a more detailed video. But I said I've always loved the Menards cars. The bright neon highlighter yellow is iconic at this point. And the ones with the black as the alternate color do look real nice. I said my favorite color is probably when it has like a bright blue, like you have like the, what is it, like Knauf or whatever. The bright blue with the neon yellow does look really nice to me for some reason. Those are my favorite ones, but the black ones are probably the most like standard looking ones, and they always do look pretty clean, especially with the black number. Sure, it'll be a popular one after he wins the championship. Next up, we have Ty Dillon's Ferris number 77 for Spire Motorsports. Cool to get Ty Dillon and Spire in Authentics. Instagram logo on the sticker. Never a bad time we get a Spire car in Authentics, or really a Spire car in general. Ferris seems to be a super loyal sponsor if they're still with him this year. I don't know, but like they got him a 42 diecast when everything else was DNPing, and they now got him a 77 diecast and everything was DNPing. So always good to see a sponsor that actually cares about diecast. So this does actually have Circle B diecast on it too. I know they still sponsor Front Row Motorsports, or on the B post of the Front Row Motorsports cars. I don't know if they still sponsor Spire this year or not. Cool paint scheme, just the red and the black. Like I said, it's always good to get small team cars. Next up, we have Kyle Busch's Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen number 8 for Richard Childress Racing. Cool sticker with just the big picture of croissants on it. I like that. This is definitely one of Kyle's more popular paint schemes since he's moved to RCR. This year's like basically the same paint scheme, but there's less orange for some reason. Like it like fades from black to orange down the side. I think I like this version better with the more orange, but I'm sure we'll get this year's in Authentics too. It's funny how long it took to get this Cheddar's car, because like I said, they kept releasing like a bunch of the random Kyle Busch 8 cars in Authentics, but never the one that most people wanted the most. Like we got Allsco and all of them. Another one of those weird cars where it's for some reason printed in white, or painted in white and then printed over, even though there's really not that much white on this car beyond like the Cheddar's logos and the 8. Next up, we've got Ross Chastain's Kubota number 1 for Trackhouse. Very lame sticker. I feel like there should be some orange or some swooshing or something, just a black sticker with a black number and a black logo. But like I said, it doesn't matter anyways because the stickers are disappearing. I guess those cost too much to put in the box anymore. I don't know. This Kubota car looked really nice. This is definitely one of the most popular paint schemes of last season. I reviewed the 124 scale of this if you want a more detailed review again. This year he has basically like a reverse of this. They did like a fan vote for paint schemes, and it's basically exactly this paint scheme, but the side is black and the rest of it's orange. So should make a cool set once you get both of them. It's about the only authentic of Chastain we're going to get in the foreseeable future now that his main sponsor is Busch Beer. But next up, we have Brad Keslowski's King's Hawaiian number 6 for RFK. Once again, one of the most popular new sponsors to NASCAR in the past couple years. So the King's Hawaiian started out in 2022 as testing out for a couple races, and they loved it so much they came back next year with even more races, and now they're back this year with even more races. Basically the same paint scheme this year as this one. Looks like the diecast is going to DNP this year, which is definitely a shame. Even if it has the same paint scheme, it's set. The King's Hawaiian cars look amazing. Seems like it's worth still getting a diecast. Have to see if it pops up into Authentics or something. But I have reviewed the 124 scale of this one as well. Does have the nice matte finish. Crappy Mode can do matte finish pretty decently. The number is like metallic, because obviously the real car's a chrome number, but they can't do that. So this one at least is metallic. It's not just a flat, like, look, it's supposed to be chrome sticker. I definitely like that better. I believe this one is the liquid color chase piece of this wave, if you're looking for that. Sure, that's a popular one if anyone finds it. And last but not least, we have Kevin Harvick's Sunny D number 4 for Stewart-Haas Racing. This car is interesting because this car, when this wave first leaked, this is the car that made everyone think it was fake. Because this is like October that this wave came out. And it was only like a few weeks after this car ran and went up for pre-order. So everyone's like, wait, what? How can that possibly be out? It must be a fake wave. So somehow, like, this is completely different. Not completely different, but there's differences from the actual final release. Like, the final release was in the playoffs, so it has, like, the playoff spoiler and the windshield banner. There's, like, some other little, like, there's, like, some sort of tribute logo next to, like, the series logo. It has the playoff logos. Some of the logos are a little bit different. It's like they, for some reason, like, put this into production earlier to put it in Authentics, but then waited to actually offer it, so they made the real one more accurate, which is cool, but, like, it's such a random, like, thing to be different. So, yeah, technically speaking, if you're a Harvick fan, you do need this because it is actually different. It's not just one of those that, like, oh, the crappy mold, it's just a crappy mold version of a diecast you can get that looks exactly the same. Like, this one actually is different for some reason. Not entirely sure what happened there, but that was definitely interesting to see. It was just funny that everyone was like, oh, the wave's fake. There's no way that's out yet. Then when the wave was real, everyone's like, wait, how? What? So here we are. One of the probably final Harvick diecasts we're going to get in Authentics. They might release, like, the his pink Ream car that he ran near the end of the year. So they obviously can't make any of the Busch beer cars, the Budweiser car, or anything in Authentics, but they're actually putting his late model into the most recent, like, 2024 wave. So that finally happened. I knew that was, I said, there's no way in hell they're not going to make, or they're going to put late models into Authentics one way or another. So finally happened. Wave 3 of 2024 has both Dale Jr.'s Sun Drop and Kevin Harvick's Hunt Brothers Pizza late model. So look forward to that. I said, this isn't a bad wave. It's the crappy mold, so that always, takes a few points away. But it's a good selection of cars here. You got some great paint schemes. Like, there's really no, like, boring paint scheme in this whole wave, so that's always good to see. If you want this wave, it shouldn't be too hard for you to find because these crappy mode waves do not sell as well. Maybe that's why they're finally getting rid of them. So 90% of the time when you see a wave that, like, stays on the pegs for weeks and weeks, it's always a crappy mold wave. It's not a good mold wave. The closest we ever got to a good mold wave having a bunch of cars on there for weeks was the whatever wave, or the wave before this that had the 75 win cars, because those ones just aren't very popular with most people. Some people like them, but as I said in that video, they really weren't for me, and it seems like a lot of people they weren't for. Anyways, remember, for all of your other diecast needs, you can go to Circle B Diecast, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. So go check that out if you want anything. But I've introduced all there is to say. This has been a review of NASCAR Authentics Wave 8 for 2023. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.